Hello. So we're making navy bean hummus today. It is, at this point, identical to the chickpea hummus, and we will taste it. This is my first time making it, but I follow the blood type diet. And if you have aches, pains, just don't feel great, or overweight, whatever, I highly encourage you to look into it to see if you're eating foods that are toxic to your system. I have had fabulous results by following it. So I don't stick to it religiously, but there was a point in my life where I got up one morning and my left leg would not support my weight. So I dove into some research, and what I found was I was pretty much eating, because I had become paleo, so I was pretty much eating duck, pork, bacon, well, bacon was the pork, chicken, avocados, tomato, pretty much everything that was on the list of toxic to my system. So I stopped immediately, and within 2 weeks, all of my symptoms were gone. Anyway, most of the proof is only anecdotal, and that was my story. So I can eat navy beans. In fact, they are highly beneficial to my system. So we are going to get started. Let's see. I recommend that you get out, lay out all of the things you'll need for the recipe before you get started. You don't have to, but it sure makes things go easier. All right, so I'm cooking beans now. These are not canned. They are organic, and I cooked around a half a cup, and I have 1 3/4 cup. So 1 3/4 to 2 cups is a really good place to start for your amount of beans. We are going to add garlic cloves, 1 to 2. These are kind of small, so I'm adding, I guess you would say that counts as 2. I'm adding 1 ounce of onion, just because I really enjoy it. It is optional, so it's completely up to you. And again, if it's a little over or under, it doesn't matter. And I chop it up a little bit just to make it easier for the food processor. Not that it can't handle it. And I add 1 ounce of sweet bell pepper. Now you want to cut them in half. And oh my gosh, I rave about these. These are Hinkles, and it is a very, very, very thin paring knife blade. See, it almost disappears. Look. All right. So the recipe calls for 1 ounce of sweet bell pepper, but I've been adding more because bell peppers are really good for you. I think they might not be highly beneficial to my blood type, but they're so loaded with vitamin C, and I don't recall what other nutrients. You can look that up. So I always add more. I'm at 1.3 right now. But like I said, the recipe does call for 1 ounce. Now I'm really excited to show you something. I'm going to do an entire video on it, but it'll be in a tips video. Okay, we're at 2 ounces for the peppers, and again, kind of cut them into smaller pieces. Two to 3 tablespoons of lemon. Now, what I do, because I buy organic lemons, and they only come bulk at Trader Joe's. So I squeeze all the juice out of the lemons, and then I freeze it in 1 tablespoon increments in an ice cube tray. Look at that. Isn't that genius? I put one of these every morning in my water. It is a 1/4 cup of tahini. Y'all know how much I love Trader Joe's. I'm going to spoon it out. I don't usually measure, but I thought for the benefit of the recipe, I would. There's a 1/4 cup. Or the benefit of the video. You know, the great thing about hummus is it's kind of to your taste. If you're not a huge fan of tahini, it can be a little bitter, but it's really good in hummus. It's a strong flavor. As usual, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, you can add more or less. I didn't used to add olive oil because I didn't want to add any extra fat, but you know, this adds flavor as well, and it just helps it smooth out, helps it blend to a smoother consistency. How's that? And then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I use Himalayan pink salt. Redmond sea salt is also a really good option. And we're going to blend. I'll turn it off so you don't have to listen. Or I'll put the camera on pause. All right, we'll be right back. We are back. Looks the same. Perfect. I love it. Amazing hummus. This is made with navy beans, not chickpeas. My new go-to. Oh my gosh. Have a wonderful day.